Dave, what did you think about the draw? Is it about what you thought?
You know, you never know. I don't know how I feel. You know, I felt like Oral Roberts would be here, awfully good team, and you know they're in the regional every year. They seem to play well second half of the season, and as they did again this year. And then, you know, with Southern Miss and Dallas Baptist, I mean, I didn't know there, obviously. I think it's a really good field. All three teams are very offensive, and I guess what you get out of this regional is you got teams that are used to being in regionals. You know, it's not like it's a new experience or they're going to come in here nervous. These teams playing regionals, and it's going to be a great tournament.
Does that make it tougher for you guys that you're getting teams that have a lot of NCAA experience?
Well, it could. You know, I mean, our thing is, and what we talk about is we just need to play well. We just take care of what Arkansas can do. You know, then we got a shot. If we don't, you know, it won't go good. So, you know, we're just looking at Friday and Oral Roberts and beating their lefty. He's awfully good. I think he's 8-1 on the season. I'm sure we'll see him again.
How do you set up your starting rotation?
Still not sure yet. Probably need a day or two. See how Blaine's feeling. You know, obviously Murphy's would be a lot fresher, so it'll be one of those two.
How do you feel about Casey's season, Murphy's season, and just if he is, he's obviously going to throw game one or two. So how do you feel about him for the regional?
Well, he's had a really good season for us. We haven't supported him in some games, scored him enough runs, but he seems to pitch well through 5, 6, 7 just about every time we give him the ball. And you know, I just feel like that he's confident. He's that lefty. He gives you a chance every time you put him on the mound.
Do you care who gets picked for the regional, or is it nice to see a few different names show up today?
You know, it really doesn't matter to me. Again, you know, I just want to make sure that we're ready to play and we're healthy, and when we throw the first pitch on Friday, that, you know, we feel like you know, we're going to put our best foot forward and play well. So I would have to say it doesn't matter to me if it's, you know, team from the area or from far away. It's really about how we play.
We've talked to you before about it, but playing that early game as the home team to start the region.
Yeah, I like playing the early game. I think it gives you a chance to battle weather if there's any weather issues. It gives you a little bit of an opportunity to recover a little bit longer, win or lose. And, you know, there's a few other advantages, but, you know, you don't have to sit around all day. You just go out there and play.
It's better for newspaper deadlines. Did that factor into your
nothing
decision?
to do with it.
It's the same lefty Oral Roberts had last year that was good, right? What's his repertoire?
Just a really good competitor, number one. Upper 80s, 90 mile an hour was what he was last year, and he threw a breaking ball and a changeup, and just, you know, competed. And, you know, he held us down pretty good last year. It was a tight game. He's a good pitcher. Like I said, last time I checked, he'd won 7 or 8 games, so he's their guy.
I know there's some roster turnover every year, but this will be the 3rd straight year you guys have played him. How does that factor into this matchup?
Well, it just means that we know each other a little bit better. But, you know, there's definitely been some turnover. We're different. We've got a few freshmen playing, a couple of guys that weren't here a couple of years ago. Obviously, they played last year, and they're the same way. I mean, they got a few of the same guys, and, you know, we just, you know, like I said, we just need to play well.
About a year and a half, 2 years ago, when you're putting a schedule together, you said it's the type of schedule that gets you a national seed. Now that
if we won enough games.
Yeah.
Obviously, I knew who we were going to play in conference on the road, and, you know, the 3 other seeds, national seeds, were the 3 teams we played on the road in league play, and played some pretty good games against them. Didn't win them all, but obviously didn't win the series, but played them tight. Won 3 of those, you know, games, and you know, I just felt like it would get us ready, and we did win enough that, you know, with our strength of schedule being, I think, 2nd, and I guess our RPI ended up 3rd. You know, that's one reason we, you know, got to, you know, be selected as one of the top 8.
You think being number 5 overall, was that good, fair for you guys?
Good with me. I mean, to me, it's all the same. Just, you know, if you win, you get to stay home. If you know, if you're not in the top 8, there's a possibility you're going on the road. So, you know, but our focus totally is this regional, and, you know, we got to get through it.
How big was it for your infield and your depth to get Biggers back, where you can bring Wilson and Kennedy off the bench?
Well, I think it's big. It's big getting that experience out there, and you know, it was really good to see him swing the bat well. I think he 6 official at bats in the tournament, something like that. He got 3 hits, a couple walks. I don't know. Did a really nice job. Didn't have a lot of action. The first game he played, Biggers didn't even get a ground ball. A couple this last game, so you know, it's good. You know, it gives us some options, and it also gives us a guy that's been in the middle of it.
What do you think about the SEC representation in the field in Kentucky? I know they had a losing record in the league. They had 30 RPI. They didn't make it in.
Well, obviously, I think the representation of our league was about as good as it can be. 10 teams from one league. It's hard to do. You know, we talked about at the beginning of the year that we as coaches felt like the league was going to be really deep. Obviously, we still feel that way. That there weren't a lot of weekends where you could go into the weekend and say, you know, if we play good baseball, you know, we're going to win 2. You had to play really good baseball to win 2. And you know, as far as Kentucky, you know, they're a very, very talented team. Had some injury issues like we all did, and you know, lost a lot of games early, started fighting their way back out of it, and then struggled down the stretch again. And I think the fact that they were 13-17 in SEC play is what ultimately got them when they compared them. But if you look at their resume, it's pretty good. They beat a lot of really good teams, a lot of good non-conference wins against some big-time, you know, teams that are in the regionals. So you know, I see that they have a beat, but I guess it was just a bad year for them to, you know, to not win too many games in the league play due to the fact that we had 10 other teams already getting in.
29-3 at Vaughn this year. What has made you so good at home, do you think?
You know, it's hard to put your finger on it, actually. I mean, we played well here. We fielded the ball, and we've got timely hitting and pitched extremely well. Fans come out all the time, and they've been great. So it's hard to say. I just think that, you know, some years it's different than others, but this year the guys have gotten on a little bit of a roll here. Hopefully we can keep it up.
You mentioned the defense. It's about 13 or 14 fewer errors here this year in more games. Can you put your finger on that?
I mean, that's hard to say, too. You know, you got pretty much the same second baseman and shortstop we had last year. First base has been a little bit of, you know, 2 or 3 guys over there. And then in third, you have a freshman for the most part, and he's done a pretty good job. Outfield's solid. I just say that they're, you know, just, I don't know. It's hard to say. You know, if you take the whole season, you know, it's been up and down. We've gone 2 weeks where we didn't hardly make an error, and we've had a game or 2 we made 4 or 5 with pitchers making 2 of them, you know, and, you know, wet ball and all kinds of things, but we still made them, you know. But I think overall we played pretty good defense.
Is there pressure as the home team playing at home in a regional?
I think there is, but, you know, we'll take that pressure every year. I think it's, you know, we slept in a hotel for 11 nights in a row. It's nice being home and, you know, mowing the yard and getting some things done around the house and things that got out of control. But for these players, you know, just to be back here and relax, you know, just hang out, not having to go to school, and, you know, getting up and coming to the ballpark and hanging out with their buddies and get a chance to play baseball in front of 10 to 12,000 people. That's a fun thing.